topic, and I do mean hot topic, that's heated up discussions throughout the United States is the legalization of marijuana. What are some of your thoughts? Should marijuana be legalized? And if so, what are some of the benefits and what are some of the disadvantages?
Today we have our guests. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, your name, your major, and your year.
My name is Stephanie DeAngelis. I'm a second year and I'm a theater major.
My name is Chase Curtis. I'm a marketing major and a third year.
Oh, see, we know what you've been doing.
I'm Andrea Henderson, and I'm a freshman and a communications major.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on legalization of marijuana? Just right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Let's go.
Should it be legalized or stay illegal?
I believe that marijuana should absolutely, without a doubt, become at least legal for medicinal purposes. I don't think that should be a question whatsoever. Yeah,
No,
my off the bat thoughts.
I feel it should be legal. I mean, I don't really see any problems with it. It's been proven to have medical applications, and I think like back in the day, it used to be like a cash crop. So.
I believe it should be legalized too. I mean, alcohol and tobacco are all legal, so I don't get why it's any different, really.
So, Tasha, I understand you're on the opposite side of the spectrum.
And you know I am, baby. I tell you the reason that I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. Before I tell you my reasons for opposing to that, I want to ask my two guests right here. You guys said that it serves some purpose. So tell me what purpose that you think that is beneficial with legalizing marijuana.
Well, I believe that a lot of patients with cancer, with AIDS, glaucoma, eating disorders, those are just a few off the top of my head that I know, those patients are having appetite problems. They're unable to eat. Marijuana makes them able to regain their appetite, and also they're suffering, a lot of them are in terminal illnesses, have serious depression, and it's used as a tool for coping with depression versus the other medicines that have been proven to be so much more toxic and that have, if you go to any medicine, they have all lists of side effects. Comparatively, marijuana has never been shown to cause any sort of ailment, and the fact that it's just so much less toxic, I don't know why someone would take an OxyContin compared to smoking.
So it doesn't have really any side effects except for giving you the munchies and making you sleepy, basically is what you're saying.
Well, I believe it can be used to treat things besides that. But those are some side effects, yes.
So will you be a little bit more specific about, you know, how you think that it should be legalized and why?
Well, I mean, with anything, like if you do too much of it, it can be bad for you. You drink alcohol, there's a limit to that. That's why they set that. I mean, I don't know how you could necessarily set a limit for how much marijuana consumption you could have, but maybe they should do something like that and say, well, you can't be driving while, you know, under the influence with this much in your system. But it's not even like, I think it's way better than regular drugs. It's not even as addictive. Like, people get hooked on painkillers and stuff like that, and marijuana could be used to treat like ailments.
So do you guys believe that maybe it should be legalized just for medical reasons and not just legalized like alcohol is? So, you know, you can't, like, you know, you do in some countries, you just go into a weed bar and just, you know, that's what you do. You just, instead of drinking beer, you just smoke a whole bunch of weed. I mean, so how do you guys feel about that? Y'all want weed bars, or do y'all just want it for medical purposes?
I'm just saying, if there is a place where you can go and there's no limit. I'm of age. I can go into a bar and order drinks until I'm blacked out puking on the ground, but I can't go in somewhere and sit down with a cup of coffee and a joint and read a book. How is that okay?
Okay.
I just don't see.
Okay. And
yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, like, there's a time and place for everything. If you want to just enjoy yourself and relax after a hard day's work, whatever, and you feel like that'll help you knock yourself out. I mean, there are people that go home and drink like it's nothing, so I don't really see a problem with it.
So you want coffee and weed too?
Yeah.
And what about you? What do you think?
I just kind of agree along the lines of what they're saying. I mean, you can go to a bar and there's like hookah bars, so I don't really understand why it's any different for weed, why you can't smoke that as opposed to any other kinds of drugs that are legal.
So if they do legalize it, what's to stop them from selling it as cigarettes and putting it in a nicotine paper and making it addictive, or just bastardizing the weed, basically, and then also taxing it? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like it would be good for the economy, really, because it would be another like crop that we'd grow and be able to export, and also it can be used for more than just like, I don't know, smoking. Like you can use it to make clothing. It can be used for paper.
You're gonna have some weed clothes. You're gonna be walking around with some weed pants.
I mean, that's if you want to wear it, you know,
But hemp
Like
is,
that
it has
suit. You
practical
got a nice
purposes.
hemp is
jacket
a
on.
very,
Hemp is a very
has practical
useful.
beneficial crop.
Okay.
It also, you can extract hemp oil, and that's used for a lot of things as well. It's not just the weed that you smoke, that many parts of the plant could be used. And with the money problems we're facing, I think it would be not a bad idea.
So I guess me being against the issue, I'm against the issue because I see where a lot of our youth in today's, especially the inner city youth, they're using it whether it's legal or not. They're gonna use it, but they do not know how to use it and still conduct business. You know, so it's almost a hindrance to the inner city community and to the inner city youth. So I'm against it, and alcohol is too, so I agree with you on that. But it just seems like, oh, weed is cool, you know, and instead of going to school, you're in school. But they just sit around and smoke weed and they're not getting their education. So I guess that's why I'm against it. I feel like it's another thing to repress inner city black men and women. Everybody got quiet now.
No, I mean, no, I feel like it'd be safer if it was legalized, because then you don't have to
Absolutely.
go to an inner city, like, or whoever you get it from, however you get weed, you don't have to go out of your way into like a sketchy type of situation. It'd be controlled and a lot safer for people to go out and purchase and use.
Because I feel like if people want to do it, they're going to do it regardless. So you might as well, if it's legalized this way, you can just go to like a store or somewhere and get it, not have to go to like a sketchy part like he was saying. So.
And also, most people, when they are drinking alcohol, they'll drink it excessively when they start drinking until they're 21. But once it's legalized, some of the glamour is
The
gone.
knowledge
How do you
wears
feel about
off.
that?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So you believe that once the thrill wears off, like I'm not doing something bad anymore, you know what I'm saying? And now grandpa's going and he's buying a box of weeds from, you know, Kroger's, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that would not be, people might be smoking weed today just because it's illegal and they get the thrill of doing it. Once it's legalized, they might not find that's true. Find that's not true.
Okay, but now I want to come back to you because you're so passionate. You're so passionate on this. Let me ask you, why are you so close to this? Or do you have a family member or someone who's been touched with an illness that?
Personally, I mean, it's a little bit, I was on like, you know, the Adderall and stuff growing up, and they just try to drug so many people with and give labels to so many, especially mental illness, with depression and those things. And I believe that taking things like Xanax, and I do believe that some people may need that medication, but I believe it should be the person's personal choice if they want to partake in that. And yeah, I just think it's
Right.
personal choice.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts.
Legalize it.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is watching y'all. Snoop Dogg.
All right, well, we've covered a wide range of topics.
Thank you guys.
So yeah, thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to discussing some more topics with you next time. I'm Pat Hallbecker.
I'm Tasha Neal.
Thank you very
See you
much.
next week.
Peace.